to Minecraft Desynced. I did what I said I was going to do. I now have an adorable little model. He's mine. He's precious. Now we can truly be the VTuber I'm destined to be, or not. I don't know. But now I can at least have some fun things. He can be angry, sad, and mixing up my reset. Little smug boy. Yeah, that's really all he does, other than bounce around. And I also can pop up a tail. So, what we are going to be doing today is we are going to do some final touch-ups on everything lying around here before we do any hard updating. Because at the very least, I've got a ton of videos already in the lineup. So I don't want to date this too bad, but I am way ahead of everything. Part of the issue is right now I'm able to pump out 3 episodes a day for every one that I upload. I might go in, I don't know when you'll see this, but I might have gone in by this point and just started releasing 2 a day at different points, just to kind of clear the backlog. Because I've got, I'll just date it. It's the 23rd of May, and I've currently got the backlog all the way up to June 13th, almost 20 days. That's not inherently bad. It's just I have a lot of free time. So, you know. Now you might be kind of wondering why my model is just kind of angled at such a strange way. My desk is not designed the greatest. I need a new one at some point. But one of the key things with this one is my main monitor is not centered. It is not at all centered. At all. So, I'm working with what I have. What I want is, I'm going to go down here. What I want to do is, we all have all these diamonds down here. We're not really using them. So what I'm going to do is, we are going to take that for him. We are going to basically upgrade our entire tool set. Because I see no point in not using them. I'll even do an axe. No hoe. No hoe. Put those away. Put the rest of this away. There. Now we got a full set of diamond tools. Iron armor's a bit scuffed. I accidentally ate a pork chop. I am going to, however, think... You know what? Yeah, they're all fine where they are. They're all fine. But why I do want all these diamond tools for a specific reason. And that is because to finish the shaving process of all that gear, I do want to pull that back. Before descending away from the castle. And I might also burn down the forest. Who knows? Depends on how I get with it, with all these floating leaves. Alright, a skeleton. Oh well. Okay. So to pull this back, we're going to need to... We're going to need to... Oh. This isn't going to be perfect shaving, but... This is going to be layer 1. You. Almost. I could use TNT with this. I could. Not like I have much use for gunpowder anyway. I guess another question we're going to need to solve is how much, not how much, but in which particular direction we want to travel. We already know the direction we can't travel. We're saving that way for vanilla run to go that to free, to give ourselves a much better chance at a stronghold. Having a stronghold would be nice. Almost done. That's the last of the dirt on this side. How much more dirt we got in the other? Shouldn't be too much more. Yeah. have any intruders getting into our pristine castle. Go. Once we're done, we can all just put this away inside the castle. Oh, I know what I probably should make. I think this is already in the game by this point. I should make a compass. I mean, it's not like I need a compass, but there's no F3. I can slam the F3 and F2 for all I want. I get no debug menu and no screenshot. I got this. This is all I got. And it looks like the armor still isn't linked in this version. The mining animation. This old game has charm. Will I plant this with replace everything with grass? Probably not. Considering this is going to be a long, painful process to... I mean, I could put the layer of dirt back over it, I suppose. It looks so sad. It looks so sad. Because of how I normally look at... Look, I'm not... I gotta remember, I gotta sit straight up with this thing. I'm just by default slouching down into a U shape. And can't really have that. My monitor's also very low, so that my face can be level with the webcam. So, I'm gonna catch mine too, because I want my eyes to be flush with the crosshair, but I need my eyes to be flush with the camera to find my face. And last little bit. Alright. Now I got some clearance. This side's pretty clear, but the one side I'm probably still not gonna do is, while I did give some clearance on this end, there's way too much. And without enchants, this is just gonna have to be a part of the featurette. I mean, this isn't terrible. This isn't a terrible back brace, but I'm not gonna properly shape this out. This is just gonna be a cliff face. This is way too much work. Hello, sheep. the only animal of value to me, other than the pig. I'm gonna leave this trench here because it leaves some nice character. Plus, we can always think of it as the failed breach mine to breach into the castle itself. You know, little details that tell stories. And I always adore the little details. As somebody who has worked on lots of lore for projects, one of them being the Atlantis Mu Lemuria project, which is no longer in active development. I am attempting to maintain it, but it's not high on the priority list. It's just a lot of work for one person to do a full map conversion for another game. I know how to do it, but given the way our world is structured, it makes no logical sense to, or not really logical sense, but without assistance to drive me mad. I don't want to constantly try and do all of the map editing myself. I love the project, and I love the idea behind it. Take the grandiose world of all the maps the Europeans thought were correct, being whether they be things that they drew up and faked, or things we truly thought existed for the longest time. Like, we probably spent how much effort trying to track down Atlantis itself, only for it to just kind of never show up. Or the, I forget the guy's name, but the continent of Mu. Oh, there's no shift. I can't do this very well. Never mind. The continent of Mu, and then the Kumari Kandam, or Lemuria. All those kind of little details. We had a lot of those details. It's just like I even had my own like subsection. I was the quote unquote patron saint of Africa. Truly, the irony is not lost on me. But the mythos of Prester John, where a Christian kingdom located in Central Asia, India, and then later on somehow ended up in Africa. I forget the main reason why it ended up in Africa, but I think it's because we just never found it, and they just assumed, hey, we've never been here. This looks like a good spot. So I ended up having a great idea for that, and it just spiraled into me adding and creating several increasingly convoluted. I wouldn't say convoluted. Increasingly difficult butterflies, I suppose, is a way to put it. Because what started out as a simple extra nation between Uganda and Ethiopia and Kenya turned into a giant beast of a group of nations. Ethiopia, South Sudan got snapped off early by like 40 years, and didn't become South Sudan, but became a country called Nilatia for the Nilio people, or the people of the Nile, I suppose. I think that's what they're, if I recall correctly, that's what they're called. Like, what that means. And then the mythical nation of Zazuria, an Arabic myth. No, not Zazuri. Yeah, it's Zazura. Can't get my names mixed up. Which became its own thing with a with its own mythos, loosely based on the very scant pieces of evidence that we have of it. Where did I end up? Oh, down here. Interesting. But it was we had quote a Christian ring, so that kind of like, well, they're Christian then. It's below Egypt. It's turned to the right of Sudan. It's right next to Sudan as well, so that leaves very few people that could fulfill the role of Zerzura, which ended up becoming Nila, which ended up turning from. It became a strange mix of Coptic, yes, Coptic, the Copts of Egypt, and Numidians, with the Numidian chunk slowly whittling away at the culture group. The Copts religion, which is just a different branch of Christianity, ended up becoming the mainstay language instead of Numidian. So there's just a strong pull there. Which is not the worst thing. I actually thought it was very interesting because you've got all these strange nations just kind of bunched up against nations that really shouldn't like them. Because you got Sudan and the Ottoman Empire right next to it. Both of them, really. Johannia and Zuzura. Kind of an isolate. Along with whatever the chaos of the Ethiopia's Boring Prince period. I mean, you can still see the map. The map exists still. It's actually in my logo. Because I just really love the concept and felt it needs to stay with me. So that spinning globe has little chunks of it on it, even though most of it's not visible. But you can see Lemuria in its right corner. But, I suppose that is enough of the history lesson. I will say that this castle, I don't know what else to do with it, so now that we've it's really complete. Other than the small trimmings, I'm not gonna just kind of keep walking in circles trying to find things to trim. There's not really a huge energy push to push for it. So I suppose with this in mind, next episode, episode 31, we are gonna be into a next update. So with that knowledge, I hope to see you all on the next episode of Minecraft Desync. This next update is going to be the final update before the branches start splitting. Bye-bye!